Did you see that whole thing regarding Manny Machado throwing a ball at Dave Roberts?
No, really?
Yeah, so I think he sent it to MLB like um his concern that he said it was intentional. He believed it was intentional. They threw it at him. He didn't see it until afterwards. We saw a video of it. He didn't even know that happened until he saw the video. He goes, "Wait a minute, this guy did this on purpose." There's a lot of silliness going between both teams right now, but I thought that was uncalled for. Of
I don't
course,
think it's, I don't think that's silliness. I think that's horrible. That's
it is. Oh, I'm
if
sorry,
you're throwing a
that's the wrong
base,
word.
if
It's
you're throwing
horrible. Yes.
if you're throwing a baseball at somebody, you think that's silliness?
Well, it's just is that semantics? Maybe we're it's ugly. It's ugly.
Well, no, because I feel like that's not semantics. That's a euphemism. If somebody's throwing a baseball at you,
Yeah, it's
that,
ugly. You're right. It's ugly
that's assault.
behavior.
That's assault.
It's
That's
assault.
assault.
That's why he's reporting it to MLB. And
I, I
uh,
I don't know. I think silliness is like, remember that guy who blew a big baseball, big bubble gum?
yeah.
That's silly. A guy throwing a baseball at you is not silly.
No,
That,
I mean, okay, it's ugly. It was wrong. It was evil. And not only that, I mean, there are things that happened at Dodger Stadium that were wrong too. I mean, the fans how they behave, but some of the players provoked them. But that's not an excuse to throw things
I'll provoke.
out of
Well,
players.
you know what? If Dave Roberts provoked him,
No, no, I was talking about another incident in the outfield where Profar was a ball was thrown at him, but he also kind of provoked the fans when he stole a home run away from Mookie Betts, kind of like agitating the fans a little bit. But again, not no excuse to throw things on the field.
that's to me is part of baseball. You like taunt the fans. Hey,
Yeah,
I got the
yeah.
ball.
But you don't throw
But
things at
throwing a
players.
baseball is
Yeah, there's some things you do and you don't do. You never throw things on the field. And when I was there this last weekend, Saturday, I've never seen fans act so crazy. They were acting nuts, some of them, things they were saying. And I'm not sure about drinking. I think it's normally at the seventh inning you stop the drinking, but I think they
you,
should do like fifth inning
you
in
don't
playoff.
remember you don't remember the McCourt years?
No? Why? What do you mean about
Dude,
McCourt years?
those were dude, a giant fan was
Oh
paralyzed.
yes, yes. When they got almost killed. Yeah.
I brought my girlfriend to a game and
Hmm.
she was wearing an Angel jacket and there were bottles flying past her head, dude. There were
Oh
so many
jeez.
gangbangers. To me, that
Yeah.
was but what you're saying though is it's on the level of that, maybe?
Yeah, it felt like that. There was definitely security, but there's just too many people acting crazy. I'm just saying that I was talking to Kimberly about this. She actually brought it up. She's like, "Man, they gotta stop drinking." And I go, "Well, you can't say no to drinking." And she's, "Well, at bars, if you see that they're overserved, you just stop serving them." But I'm like, it's kind of hard to see that. And plus, you're taking two drinks to your buddies, right? And or one for you, one for your buddy, and your buddy might be smashed, and so they can't see that. But I don't know if they have to stop at the fifth inning during playoffs because it is incredibly crazy. And so they have to do something. I don't know what they have to do, but they got to do. They can't behave like that anymore. So, hey there, welcome to Pod and Deliver. Ruben, today we're going to look at a couple of apps that you and I use. Uh, you know, when we were working during COVID and all this education online, um, you and I, and not only us, but a lot of teachers worked with apps, and some of them we still use, I think, some of them we don't. But there's a new app that I've been working with last few months. It's called Diffit. Have you ever heard of Diffit or Ruben?
No, I was gonna say you said you and I. Oh, I see. Apps that I use and apps that you use. I've never even heard of that. Diffit.
Diffit, Diffit.
Go
So
on.
I'm going to go ahead and show you the site and explain a couple things why I like it and this app that I am using right now. So give me a moment here. So if you go to Diffit, it's app.diffit.me, or you just go Diffit in Google and it'll get you to the site. You have to sign in as a teacher. It's a free account. You have your ID, password. But once you get in there, it's pretty cool. So let me show you. This is a site where you could get documents and it'll help you create questions, multiple choice questions, short answers, short essay question answers as well, or questions and then answers. The students are the ones who are going to answer, but we as the teachers create these questions. Well, actually, Diffit creates it for us. That's the cool part. So, Ruben, so you could actually add something from literally anything, article on YouTube, a text or PDF, vocabulary list. So what I'm going to do, Ruben, so we could show the audience, is I'm going to go to an article I found in Britannica called Equal Rights Amendment. Recently, I did a unit on Constitution, and we talked about the Equal Rights Amendment that didn't pass in the 70s and 80s. But so I had the kids read this article, and then this is what happened. So I put the article in there, right? Now, here I could customize it. I could put any grade level of reading, right? I'm just gonna, for this exercise, I'm gonna put fifth grade. It could be, all the way up to 12th grade. English, right? Type of reading, informational text for sure. There's fictional text, but this is an informational text. So now I'm gonna generate resources, okay? So it even knows it gives a picture of a ERA woman, a woman fighting for ERA. And then here's the article, okay, that I copied and pasted. And I did it for the fifth grade because I wanted fifth grade level. So it's fifth grade level now, right? There's a little summary of the article. And then there's some key vocabulary words. Now I could add some more vocabulary words if I wanted to add a couple from the article, I can. And then they have some multiple choice questions from the article, right? And it just generated the AI just generated it, right? And then there's some short answer questions and there's some open-ended prompts. And so you could also delete some of these or add more questions, but this actually gets you started. And then to the right, if you want to put a thinking map or bubble map or any type of Venn diagram, you have it to the right there. And that you could generate that to go along with that article. And like I shared before, there's just so many things you could do with this regarding documents that you want to work with for the students, having them read it, but also at their reading level. So I like it. We have a thing called Newsela or Newsela for I'm not sure if you
Uzella.
Newsela, and they do it. There's some similar pieces to that, like Diffit, but not. But this I like because you could put PDs, you could go to YouTube, you could do quite a bit of items here, right? You could a text, so it says literally anything pretty much, and it'll help you out with generating, like questions and so forth. I like it. I use it. The students benefit from it, just especially since it's at their reading level.
Jacob, is this
Mhm.
an account that your school has, or can you do
You
your
could
own?
just do it thank you for that. That's a good question. You could just go to the website and it's not connected to my school, but it does ask you, are you a teacher? So I think that helps. That's probably why it's free. And then you go ahead and say, yes, I am. And then there's a couple more questions, and then you put your ID and password, and then you have an account. It's free. And
Yeah.
it's really a nice resource to have for teachers. As you know, we're pretty busy to create tests or create worksheets for readings because you want the kids to read. A lot of times they read together, or I'll have them read it on their own for homework, if I give that, or I have them work in a group. But for sure, it's just another nice resource to have for teachers to use, especially like I said, because it generates such wonderful questions, and it's all AI. So there's an AI piece that definitely is helping the classroom.
Yeah, I like that, and it's the idea of generating questions
Yeah.
from an article.
Mhm.
So my experience with Newsela is that the articles are great,
Yeah.
but with Diffit, from what I'm seeing, is that you pump in the article and it of your choosing.
Yeah.
But I like Newsela because they have all these articles.
So you can actually get a Newsela article and drop it in Diffit. I've done that before. It works.
Right, but does Diffit have articles ready, or you just have to create? You have to find
They
articles.
didn't have you have to find them. So that's the only difference. Although
Okay.
Newsela does have an AI piece as well, which is pretty cool. But I like this one because it could be anything. It could be on YouTube. There's more possibilities. So I think
Yeah, I was gonna in terms of my recommendation of an app. I have three ideas in terms of my favorite. Would you consider TPT an app?
oh
Teachers.
oh for sure. Well,
For me, it's my favorite because and
Yeah,
it's funny
I
because
would.
we've done TPT before as in a video, and I was fine with it, and I wasn't necessarily I like it. I liked it back then, but now I'm really digging it because it's if you explore and just take the time to look through, you can really find some really valuable things. I've only used them in the past for like answer keys, and I still love it for the answer keys
Yeah.
because you don't have to. Because I want to say this, so maybe I went ahead of myself in the past. As an English teacher, when you walk into a school in the past, you had things ready for you. You had textbooks there lined up. Now you'll walk, at least in my experience now, you don't see textbooks anymore. Textbooks are a thing of the past. And they'll tell you, oh yeah, we go there, then go here, and you'll find and you have to mix and match. And it's like then
They
you
have
have to
electronic textbooks now too, so
go online, yeah. And TPT kind of is an answer to that or an antidote where you have questions and answer keys and also great lessons, great ideas.
yeah.
I choose that. And in second place, so I'm going to give you
Can I say
my
something about the
yeah,
TP teacher TPA, right? Uh,
TPT.
TPT. Uh, they have high level material as well because you could get the basic, but if you're teaching, let's say, higher honors or even AP, that's a source too. They definitely provide items there for teachers who teach at that level, right?
Yeah, and you might have to pay a little bit,
Hmm.
but uh wow, it gives you dividends if you are willing to pay 15, $20 sometimes. And um I really like that. I was gonna mention also Magic School. Have you heard of that?
I've heard of it, but I have not seen it.
So it's another AI, and what I like about it is it. So I haven't looked at Diffit, so I'll check it out. But there's um writing feedback supports. You give it, you punch in criteria, and it'll give you ways of giving strengths and areas of need. Uh, text dependent questions, exemplars and non-exemplars. My favorite is AI resistant assignments. So
Nice.
I put in assignments that I was going to give students to write, and they'll tell you how to AI resist it because students will look on AI to give their spit out their answers, but Magic School will tell you, here's how you push back on that. So I had a talk with my students and I said, you're trying to beat me with AI, aren't you? Well, I'm going to beat you back with the same source. AI is going to beat you. And so they got a good laugh out of that. So Magic School is cool for AI resistant homework assignments.
It's cool.
I have two more.
Wow, I didn't know we were gonna do like 4 or 5. I would have had a couple other, but go ahead. We'll come back and do this again.
I like Canva, and I wish I had an example. But not Canvas. I actually don't like Canvas. I like Canva because it allows me. Are you familiar with Canva?
I've been on the site before, but it's been a while.
It's a site that you create flyers, you create
Yeah.
video, you can make thumbnails. So I make thumbnails through it for YouTube, but you can also create really cool assignments, and you kind of put them through Canva, and you create. It really helps you in your artistic sense, but work through that muscle. But I like it because I've been able to create workbooks and readers like Hamlet, and when I taught Perks of Being a Wallflower, just different books. I've created booklets through an artistic lens through Canva, and I really dig it in that sense. And my final app is titled No App. That's maybe my favorite, and that is
Never heard of it.
don't use any apps. sometimes it's good to just give them the book and a piece of paper to write. In fact, my students prefer it. And
Mm,
so that's
okay.
it sounds like I'm giving you a lot of apps when I say TPT, Magic School, and Canva. In fact, besides Google Classroom, that's all I've used because I'm pushing more for no apps and just going analog and having them writing, and it's way simpler.
Okay. Old school. I like that.
You know that they're not looking online, you're because they're writing in front of you
Yeah.
and they like it.
I try not to have any more writing outside the classroom. You know, it's it's kind of useless if they're so these kids are so smart. They know what they know exactly where to go and what to do to get around some of these assignments. So yeah, I like what you're saying here. Paper to pen, paper to pencil to paper makes sense. Uh, well, Roop, is that it? Yeah, that's it, huh? Well, I think we provided the audience with some apps and like Ruben shared, maybe get away from it once in a while. Thank you for coming on with us on Pod and Deliver on this episode. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, help us out here, and we're looking forward to see you guys again soon. Have a good night. Bye bye.